Hi guys, happy Diwali. You can listen to the firecrackers going on right now. Just wanted to show you in the introduction of my video. Uh, so basically, it's quite dark outside, so I won't be able to show you anything. The crackers are usually ground based, not they're not much aerial, but you can hear the sounds. Today is Diwali, pan India and world over, and these are the sounds of celebrations. So I will not be doing the entire video in one go. Just wanted to make sure you heard the sounds of celebration, and I will be back in a bit. And I'm back. Hi guys. So 3 hours have passed, a little more than 3 hours have passed. Things have subsided down. It's a little bit. It's quarter past midnight, so now it's a little peaceful. The fireworks and all this uh, things have stopped, ceased. So, what is Diwali? Diwali basically means the festival of lights in the broadest general term. And it's an ancient Indian festival. I will not say Hindu because it's an Indian festival which is celebrated in autumn every year. The festival spiritually signifies the victory of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, good over evil. You got the point, hope over despair, and so on. So, basically, how is the festival celebrated? It basically is broken down into 5 days. Um, 2 days before the Diwali festival. It starts and it ends 2 days after the Diwali festival. So, in lots of areas, it's called Diwali, Deepavali, and in local languages, there are different names to signify the same festival. But Diwali or Deepavali um, is derived from Sanskrit, where Deep means light or lamp, and Avali means rows or series of rows or series, basically lines. So lines of light, Diwali or Deepavali. Uh, what do Indians do on Diwali? Well, before I get into that, I should point out that Diwali is not just celebrated in India, it is also celebrated in many parts of the world. And maybe a few of you know, or maybe lots of you don't know, that Diwali is an official holiday in India as well as Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar or Burma, Mauritius, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname, Malaysia, Singapore, and Fiji. Yeah, it is an official federal holiday in these countries apart from India. So, coming back to the point, what people do on Diwali. Well, basically, it's the festival of good over evil, hope over despair. So, what people do is they purify their houses themselves. How? Well, of course, by shopping. Just joking. Shopping is part of the culture here. As you can understand, with the Western culture, we have the Christmas season. It's similar. You can say Diwali is the Indian Christmas, the Indian version of Christmas, and basically people clean their homes, paint the houses, buy gifts for friends and family, go shopping and do all the stuff they basically don't do or don't get the time to do all year round. So this is what Diwali socially is basically, apart from the spiritual significance, the social aspect is that it lets you slow down and take care of things materialistically and spiritually as well. So, what is the historical stories, or we can say the mythological stories behind the origin of Diwali? Um, the first one we find in the Hindu epic Ramayana, and it is said that when God Ram came back with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshman from exile, um, people were very happy when he came back to his kingdom of Ayodhya I think 14 years. I don't, I mean, I think it's 14 years of living in the jungle, according to the wishes of his stepmother. Uh, so people welcomed him by lighting rows of earthen pots, small earthen lamps with oil in them, or uh, something flammable like clarified butter in them, to welcome him, and they basically did it in the entire kingdom to welcome him back. The second story is that Diwali also marks the return of the Pandavas, according to the Hindu epic Mahabharata, after their 12 years of exile and 1 year of secret exile. They were not supposed to um, tell people where they were in the last year of their exile. And then when they came back to claim their kingdom, um, the same celebration happened. And this is according to the Hindu epic book Mahabharata. Diwali is majorly linked to the worship of goddess Lakshmi, who is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is one of the supreme gods of the Holy Trinity in the Hindu way of life. We have Brahma, the creator, Shiva, the destroyer, and Vishnu, the nurturer. So she's the wife of Lord Vishnu and is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. So apart from the day celebrations, all the preparations, all these days, on Diwali evening, people usually stay at their place, and uh, people who follow the Hindu religion, they basically do puja or worship goddess Lakshmi, which is responsible for health, wealth, and prosperity in the Hindu culture. Apart from the Hindu culture, Diwali also has special significance in Jainism. Um if you don't know about Jainism, Jainism is an offshoot of the Hindu culture. And if I start to explain that, it'll take me more than 1 hour to actually go through the entire history of Jainism in accordance with Diwali and all, and then the Indian culture. But according to Jainism, Mahavir, the last Tirthankar of this era, attained salvation or nirvana on this day, the Diwali day. Main thing is Diwali day is not a set date. It varies from late October to early November. So the date changes every year. So he attained a nirvana on 15th October 527 BCE. And according to the Kalp Sutra, it's a book by Acharya Bhadrabahu in the Jain culture. In 3rd century BC, many gods were present there. It's according to their mythology, illuminating the darkness, and therefore Jains celebrate Diwali as a day of remembering their last Tirthankar, or in English we can just say prophet, Mahavir. Mahavir means great, brave guy. Apart from Jainism, we also have Sikhism, and for Sikhism, the significance of Diwali is the celebration of Bandi Chhod Divas. Bandi Chhod means Bandi means prisoners, and Chhod means, you know, like not freedom, but one of the gurus, Guru Hargobind Singh, freed himself and other kings, Indian kings, from the fort of Gwalior in India, and they were there. They were the prisoners of the ruler of India at that time, from the Mughal dynasty, Jahangir, and then they arrived at the Golden Temple in Amritsar, which happens to be my home city as well. I was born there, and ever since there, the Sikh religion, the followers of Sikhism, celebrate the Bandi Chhod Divas with the annual lighting up of Golden Temple, fireworks, other festivities as well. In the next segment, we are going to talk about the spiritual significance um, of Diwali, and the descriptions and rituals, the description of the rituals uh, which follow the 5 days of celebration of Diwali. It is I must stress on that not all Indians celebrate Diwali, the 5 days of Diwali celebration. Some only do celebrate just a single one day of Diwali, like today, and they don't do it the traditional way. But the significance or the importance of the festival doesn't go down. So, in the next segment, we'll be talking about the rituals and other countries, how Diwali is celebrated in other countries as well. So, I'll be back. Hi guys, I'm back. So, in this segment, we're going to talk about the 5 days of Diwali festival, how it is celebrated, and what people do in those 5 days. So basically, Diwali is a 5 day festival with Diwali night centering on the new moon, which is basically the darkest night at the end of the Hindu lunar month of Ashwin and the start of the month of Kartika, according to the India traditional calendar. In the common era, in the Gregorian, according to the Gregorian calendar, Diwali typically falls towards the end of October or the first half of November each year. So the first day of the festival starts with a festival called Dhanteras. um, it starts before starting days. Basically, what people do is the houses and the business, the premises are cleaned, renovated, or decorated. Women, children, young people basically decorate the house entrances or open spaces in front of the house with very pretty patterns with tricolors, flowers, and other materials called rangoli. Um, I'll put up a graphic here for your reference. It's basically a very creative, colorful floor designs, both inside and in the walkways of their home or offices. Um, Men typically, or these days it can be anyone, they basically, light up, put up lights just like we do in the Christmas season on the front, on top of their houses. And basically, Dhanteras is all about shopping, cleaning your houses, painting, having fun with kids and your family. This is what the first day uh, of Diwali festival is, Dhanteras. The second day of Diwali is called Chaturdashi, and it's basically what people do uh, on Chaturdashi. It's also called the small Diwali, the Choti Diwali. Typically, same thing. People take care of them, each other, um, go and buy, new clothes, and then they have little pujas, worship of different gods and goddesses. Women usually decorate their hands and feet with henna designs, and usually traditional families also get busy in preparing sweets on their own. These days, people tend to buy ready-made stuff, Indian sweets, desserts, chocolate, different things for their friends and families. But the second day Chaturdashi is basically about purification process, the extension of the purification process for your body, mind, and your house. The third day, we'll be talking about the third day in the next segment, and I'll be back in a second. And we are back. So, on the third day of Diwali is basically the main festive day. It is the Diwali day. This day marks the worship of goddess Lakshmi, and we call it in the Hindi language as Lakshmi Puja. This is the third day of the Diwali festival. Is the main festive day. People wear new clothes if they want to. Then they place candles or earthen lamps outside their houses on the walkways, and goddess Lakshmi's worship is done. And there are other additional deities present in the worship, namely Ganesha, Saraswati, and Kuber. Lakshmi, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to repeat it again. It symbolizes wealth and prosperity, and her blessings are invoked by everyone who follows the Hindu culture in India, especially the businessmen. On Diwali night, Lakshmi is believed to roam the earth. So, usually on the evening of Diwali, people open their doors and windows to welcome Lakshmi into their houses. And as I said, place diya lights or earthen lamps on on their windowsills, ledges, stairs on front of the house, so that she knows where to go. And this day, mothers who have worked hard all day, it's Diwali is all about, according to me, it's all about, respecting the women of the world, and especially in the Indian culture, they are basically treated and seen as the embodiment of goddess Lakshmi, because a woman traditionally is the caretaker of the household, and she's the one, basically the family around revolves around her main family life. So after the puja, basically people go outside and celebrate by lighting, celebrate fireworks, as you heard before in my introduction. Uh, there are different kinds of fireworks available in India. But basically, after the puja, it's all about having a good time, eating good food, setting up, going and setting up crackers and fireworks. So so people can socialize after all these things. So on the fourth day, I'll be talking in my next segment about the fourth day. It's called the Padwa, and we'll be discussing in a second. All right. So the fourth day of the Diwali festival, it's called Padwa or Bali Pratipada. I think it's the South Indian version, South Indian nomenclature. After the day after Diwali, the day is celebrated as Padwa. This basically this day ritually celebrates a love and mutual devotion between a husband and a wife. So usually it's about pampering your wives. Yeah. So, you know, depending on the region, um, newly married uh, daughters are invited with the husbands to their houses for special feasts and meals. Sometimes brothers will go and pick up the sisters from their in-laws and bring them back home for them. But it depends on the region, and people can rotate it actually as well. So this is a special day for married couples, and this is basically observed so as to respect and honor the love and relationship between husbands and their wives. I'm back. So on the fourth day, oh sorry, on the fifth day, it's called the Bhai Dooj, and it's similar to the festival of Raksha Bandhan. You can say Rakhi. It's called the Bhai Dooj, and this day is marked as a celebration to uh, worship, not worship, celebrate the love of siblings, between siblings, especially brothers and sisters. Same thing as I said earlier, brothers give gifts to the sisters, and all family people have a good time. And this is basically an off day if you want to take it. So as you can see in the 5 days of Diwali festival, um, the Indian culture or the Hindu culture, you can say, um, puts focus on every aspect of your life, of your family. Starts with Dhanteras, the purification process of your house and your body. Then you go on to, Chaturdashi, same thing, you start the purification process of the house by worshipping God and goddesses in the Indian Hindu culture. Then we have the main festival day of Diwali where you do Lakshmi Puja, you go and meet your friends, and you have a good time, have a supper or so. The fourth day, the Padwa, that celebrates the love between a husband and a wife. And the fifth and final day is the day, the Bhai Dooj or Bhaiya Dooj, celebrates the love between siblings, especially the brothers and sisters. So, in the next segment, we'll be talking about, I will not be talking about the regional celebrations in India, because this video is going to be 2 or 3 hours long. So in the next segment, I'll be talking about um, other countries of the world where Diwali is celebrated, a little bit about those countries, I don't want my video to be 1 hour long, and I think you won't be viewing it if it's so long. So in the next segment, we'll be talking a little bit about I'll mention the other countries once again where Diwali is celebrated, and then we'll wrap up this segment. Hi guys, I'm back. So in this segment, we are going to talk about the Diwali celebration of Diwali outside India in other parts of the world. As I mentioned previously in my other segment, Diwali is celebrated globally now, particularly in countries with significant population of Indians or Hindu, Jain, or Sikh people of Sikh origin. These countries include once again Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Mauritius, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, the Netherlands, Canada, the United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, and the United States. Well, these are a few countries where Diwali is celebrated. I'm sure with the global immigration and better understanding of the Indian culture across the globe, there are a number of countries where Diwali is celebrated either by the Indian community, and then the other communities also join in. So in Asia, we'll start with Malaysia. So the Wikipedia says that Diwali is a federal public holiday throughout Malaysia. In many respects, it resembles the traditions followed in the Indian subcontinent. Open houses are held where Hindu Malaysians of all ethnic groups welcome fellow Malaysians of different races and religions to the house for a sumptuous meal. Diwali in Malaysia has become an occasion for goodwill and friendly ties between religious and ethnic groups in Malaysia. So it's a good thing. And just a shout out I want to give to Sushil Ashoka. He is a member of the Piper's Pleasures uh, group on Facebook, and he's the gentleman living in Malaysia, and he's of Indian origin. So a shout out to him, Sushil. Nepal Diwali is also celebrated in Nepal. Actually, Nepal is the only Hindu country in the world. India is a democracy, so we it's not a theocracy, but Nepal is. So same thing in Nepal, same culture. We have almost the same culture, but they have their regional influences. I will not go into it because it's a very long. Um, uh, the overview itself would be very long. We'll move on to Singapore. So Diwali is also a public holiday, a gazetted public holiday in Singapore as well. Same thing, which happens everywhere. Food, firecrackers, worship, puja, going to the temple, you know, and there are several boats and NGOs in these countries which help you celebrate the festival. Um, Sri Lanka, this festival is also a public holiday in the island nation of Sri Lanka and is celebrated by the Tamil community of that country. Beyond Asia, we have Australia, we have the Caribbean, we have Fiji, we have New Zealand, we have UK, United Kingdom, we have United States. Um, in the United States, Diwali was first celebrated in the White House in 2003 and was given official status by the United States Congress in 2007 by the former President George W. Bush. President Obama became the first president to personally attend Diwali at the White House in 2009. On the eve of his first visit to India as the President of the United States, Obama also released an official statement sharing best wishes with those celebrating Diwali, political stuff. So, what is, you know, I've, I mean, it's been a long video, and before I end, just want to share my thoughts with you that basically, behind all this worship, all these sweets, and all these firecrackers and painting of your houses and everything, the main gist of Diwali is that it's the festival of peace. It signifies the victory of good over evil, same as we have the story of David and Goliath. you know. So there are other uh, factors also. Lots of Indian economy, it's a boost. Basically, this festivals are basically a boost to your local economy, your regional economy, and to your national economies as well. And then there are other issues. Before I end, I want to discuss is that there are certain negative points of the festival is that air pollution, lots of firecrackers and stuff. So basically, uh, this day we have lots of air pollution. um, of course, if you're playing with crackers and fireworks, there are injuries as well. So in the end, I just want you to all enjoy Diwali and be safe, and if possible, buy less crackers. I know you can't stop. I don't want you to say no, don't buy at all, because there are people who are doing this business, and I don't want those businesses to shut down just because you know uh, we are afraid of things. But we can have everything in moderation, and it will not help. It will not damage our nature as well, our earth and our environment as well. Um, Everything, the material, historical, and everything I had researched online, especially from Wikipedia. So I'll give you the link for a detailed um, read if you want to know about Diwali and about other regions of the world which celebrate Diwali. You can click on the link in the description and go and read by yourselves. And before I go, let me apologize also for a long video, but I think I wanted to tell people about the main festival of India. And I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. And if you liked it and enjoyed it, please like it, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you didn't like it, kindly send me a PM so I can improve my videos. Before I go, um, have a happy Diwali and have a nice day. See ya.